Well, that's Jaleel White. Of course, you recognize him. He portrayed the iconic 90s television character Steve Urkel and sometimes his alter ego Stefan for much of that decade. And while life played out in the public eye for him through family matters, the path after that was not a smooth ride for White, but he has learned some very valuable and important life lessons along the way. And he's sharing the insight into his life through his just-released memoirs, Growing Up Urkel. And Jen had a chance to speak with him.
I had an actual crush when you turned into Stefan Urkel. But let's talk about why you're writing this book right now. You spent 9 years on this hit sitcom, a cultural icon. Why did you decide to write this book now? And what are you hoping readers will take away from it?
I think the book is really, it ended up being a book about more about humility, but going from being humble to being aware.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of rejection is God's protection in the book. You know, if we get everything that we wanted when we wanted it, think about actually how miserable your life would be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you got every guy, every girl you ever had a crush on, if you got every, you know, sometimes you got to be rejected, you know, and in order to stay on paths with blessings that are there for you down the road. You know, in the book, I talk about film parts that I wanted so badly. And, you know, somebody might have said, oh, you were typecast, and so that's why you didn't get it. And, well, the movie went on to be the worst film that year and got Razzies. So that's the point really I'm trying to make. And I hope that it's just a bit of fun nostalgia, to be quite honest. Looking back at childhoods in the 90s and how simple they were and how naive my parents were, guiding me through that journey, but with an eye to be very protective of me.
Yeah, you talk about that in the book, how your mom's kind of like this helicopter mom. She just wanted you to, you know, make that money so you could pay for school. You know, you play basketball all the time still. You're kind of a pretty normal kid outside of being on set. When you embodied Urkel, though, I mean, you auditioned when you were 12 years old. The show ran for 9 years, 89 to 1998. That took a toll on you physically, right? Like your voice kind of suffered as a result of that nasally projection.
Yeah, I ended up having it addressed with a doctor who basically said if I had been a singer and the pitch had been all over the place, that would have had one effect. But I was trying to maintain one pitch through my puberty, and so the voice I have now may not have actually been the voice that I was supposed to have.
Going back to your parents, do you wish that they were more show busy, that they, you know, helped you capitalize more, or are you now grateful looking back and writing this book for the values that they instilled in you and for kind of keeping you so grounded through that time?
You know, yeah, there's a part of me that wishes they were a little bit more show busy because with what we were working with, I mean, who knows what could have been achieved. But, you know, for every lesson you want to redo, it just means you were going to get different life lessons that you might not have passed. And the way I have been able to navigate what were the deck of cards that were presented to me, I'm happy. You know, I'm a game show host on the flip side. I love that show. I'm having a good time with it. I think we're just getting started. I've got the book coming out. I've got a great daughter. I've got an amazing wife. You know, I really try to wake up every day with an attitude of gratitude, and I'm blessed in this way. Maybe it's the actor in me or what, but I can tend to see life from other people's perspectives and not necessarily just from my own. So that's where I know not to have any pity parties about what could have been. Because, you know, we all want to poach the best parts of somebody else's life or somebody else's path. But you can't take just the best parts. You got to take the crappy parts and the bumpy roads too.
I'm curious, you have a daughter. Does she know like what a big deal you are, this character that you embodied and created? Like, what does she make of it?
She's well aware of who I am, but you got to understand something about children of public figures. She's not impressed. I'm just dad.
Yeah.
And I'm somebody to convince to let her do what she wants. That's it. I'm Uber dad to her.
I can't wait for people to check out Growing Up Urkel. I think it's going to be really eye-opening, and it was such a special time that you've been immortalized in our 90s nostalgia. Congratulations. Take care.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you.
Thank you.